Today I'm going to teach you how to do calendar blocking with Google Calendar. Hey beauties, I hope by now you guys have completed your brain dumping list and also your battle map. Today I'm going to teach you how to do calendar blocking with Google Calendar. You can certainly use any apps that you want or calendars, or if you are a person who likes to write on paper, that is a great option too. The easiest that I found for me is just having it digital. That way if I have to change anything or color code anything, it's with just a click of a button and I can just type anything that I want. If you didn't get the first guide to my productivity, just go to lensthisbeauty.pictures/resources. As I mentioned before, it's a lot to explain, especially through audio or a blog, so I created this video so that you guys can follow along. Alright, let's get into it. Alright beauties, so the first thing that I do is I actually go into my calendar. You can already see that I have my calendar set up, but I'm going to show you how to do it from scratch. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on this plus sign that says other calendars. And then you just go create a new calendar. So you can create something such as personal projects. Well, I should say more like a passion project. And then you're more than welcome to put some descriptions in here if you want. I personally don't, but if you want like little details, that's definitely a great spot for it. So then I just go create calendar, and didn't mean to zoom in. And then from there, you just go back. And you can see on here it's going to say passion project. The cool thing is that you can actually choose what kind of colors you want. If you want to be color coded to have a little bit of fun, I'm just going to leave it at this color right now. So you can, when you check it, that means it shows everything on your calendar. When you uncheck it, you're not going to see that. Now, when I click on create, or even if you click on something, a certain date, it's going to pop up this little window. So this could be, you know, an action, you can type in action passion project, or you can even say, really, let's just say action video, because we know it's a passion project, right? So then you're going to go more options, and then you can click when to do it. You can click when to repeat, so you can do it weekly, monthly, however much you want to remember or remind yourself of how much you want to do these passion projects so you can have a consistent base. Now you get to choose the calendar from here. Once you kind of put all of this in place, let's just say let's do it monthly on the 3rd of Monday, or you can custom it to once a month. Now you can add a location, you can add a notification to remind you, hey, in one day from today, remember that you have to do this, or even a week out. That way you can get everything situated, people having other plans for that. And then you get to choose the calendar we want it on. Because it's a passion project, we're going to put it in that calendar. So then now you can add descriptions in there, you can modify the event, you can invite guests or not invite them. It's totally up to you. You can also let people know if you're busy or free that day, and your visibility, it can be public or private. And that's kind of the reason why I like Google Calendar, just because it gives you all these options that some other calendars don't. But it's just easier for me just because everything syncs in. Now you can also find the time, so if you go to this tab, you can choose a specific time, and it has all the timelines in here for you and all the guesses. You could choose the day or the week, so that's kind of a neat thing. So let's go back to the event details. Here you can add descriptions of like what the action passion project is. Let's just say fighting scene. If I can write, of heroic fighting scene of heroic people. And then from there you just hit save. And the really neat thing about that is that when you do this action video, it's right here and it's already color coded, so it's the same color for this. And if you go to the next month, you're going to see on this same that same Monday for us. So that's kind of the cool thing about it. You can have it repeat, and once you change certain things about it, it's going to say this. So let's just say I'm going to change this, and I hit save, and then it's going to say for this and follow events or all events. I always click all events, that way anything in the future, it can just update for me. So I'm just going to cancel that, but let's go back on there. So we'll hit save. and then leave it as is. And so you can continue to do that and keep adding calendars and color code it. Now, a more thorough kind of look how it would if you have everything scheduled is actually going to be my next one. So let me exit out of this. Let's go to more of my personal calendar. Now this is more of what it should look like when you're complete. It looks overwhelming and it's a little bit work at first, but once you complete this, it's not so bad. So for example, I even calendar block all of my personal things because doing self-care, taking breaks, getting ready for the day, it all takes time, right? When you work a 9-to-5 job, you're going to see how much time it actually takes. So this is going to help minimize that. So for example, when you're getting ready, it should take you an hour or 30 minutes, right? Especially for us females, we take a bit of time to get ready. So you can see here, I have self-care calendar. I also have breaks, birthdays, because that is important. I have casting calls and sets that I'm on. I have commute. I know it's a bit excessive, but like I said, this commuting takes time. So if it takes you 30 minutes to get to work, put that on your calendar. That way you know where your time stands, because we all have 24 hours in a day, and this just kind of helps you with the productivity. And I'm not saying you have to follow this to the T, but it is going to help you understand what your next goal is. And that's why I call it a battle map, because literally every single day we are having battles. So this even gets to getting my stuff done. So as you can see, my whole calendar is filled up to when I wake up to what I should say. So let me just show you what it looks like in a day. So as you can see here, it says, hey, this is when you're sleeping, this is when you wake up, and it's grayed out right now because that is today, but let's go to the next day. So as it happens, you're going to see it gray out, which is really helpful for me because you know what is done and completed, and you don't have to even set that up, it's automatically. So for tomorrow, you see that I'm sleeping all the way till 5 a.m. I wake up at 5 a.m. I say affirmations, I eat a light breakfast, I go work out, I get out of bed, I take all my pills, I make tea, I do my brain dumping list, which we explained in the first video, and if you haven't watched that, again, I have the links below. And then you're going to also see personal things like my car insurance is due, taking supplements, today's, this person's birthday, check my emails. This is also me like working on other stuff. And the cool thing is you can see also like when I wind down at night. And this is just for me to keep track of what I do, because this is kind of like basically your journal. When you do all these things and you refer back to it, you can be like, oh, this is what I did that day. And, recap, a yearly recap if you like to. I personally don't always do a yearly recap, but as you start to get busier and you start to hire employees, you do have to start doing that. And this just kind of keeps track of everything. So if I click on here, I can always edit it, right, of what I want to do. So I'm going to be busy because I'm winding down for the night. So if other people try to book me or people are trying to contact me, at that time it is going to let some people know, depending on how your calendar is set up, that I am busy. So you're not going to see that. So as you can see, all my calendars are here. Everything is color coded and it seems like a bunch of stuff, which it is. But that is actually how you set up calendar blocking. So let's just do a quick recap. You're going to go to this plus sign that's going to show you to create a new calendar. You're going to put in the description of what you want and the name of it. Read it, create calendar. And then you're going to go back and then you can set up all of the color code and things like that. And then you're going to hit create event. And then you're just going to put in whatever you want. I'm just going to put it here just so you can see what I'm talking about. And then you could choose the calendar that you want it to be on, which is this one. And then you just add notifications. You add when you want to repeat, find a time, adding guests. You can even add a Google Meet video, which is kind of cool. They just added this a few years back. So that's pretty awesome. You can also add attachments and descriptions too. So that's really neat too. That's something that they didn't have before. Now, once that is complete, you just hit save. And the cool thing is it's on my calendar now. So, but the thing is, if I don't need this, I can always delete it. I can hide it from the list. And it's not a big deal. All right, it's gone. So that is the way I do calendar blocking. And then I just kind of organize it into the way I want to. Now, this is other calendars that you have, like other emails and things like that, or people that you have subscribed to. As you can see, I've subscribed to a challenge. I just had a studio when I used to be more in the studio with Realistic Productions. That can show me their studio, the time frames and things like that. But yeah, that's the cool thing about Google Calendar and calendar blocking in general.
All right, beauties, I hope that that was helpful. And if it did help you in some way, somehow, please comment below because it really does help the algorithm, especially when you like, share, and subscribe. So people like you can find people like me to help you guys out. All right, beauties, until next time.